Good day, sir. My name is Christopher Kwek Chokin. My metric number AE200063, and below are my fellow group mate. So we are from Group 8, Section 1. Title for our project assignment is Circuit Analysis using Fourier Series. This is our circuit that we have chosen. So RLC circuit, we have a non-sinusoidal AC voltage source, and we first convert it into S domain. The circuit into S domain. So this is the general formula for the Fourier series. So where A0 represents the DC component, and this part represents the AC component. And this voltage source is given in Fourier series form. As we compare this with the general formula, we can deduce A0 is equal to 3, AN is equal to 0, BN is equal to 4 over N pi, and omega naught is equal to pi. So now I'll change to amplitude phase form using this formula, where AN represents the amplitude and phase N represents the phase angle. So this is the formula for AN for amplitude and phase N for the phase angle. So for N equal to 1, we substitute A1 is 0 and B1 is 4 over pi. So calculated for N equal to 1 for the amplitude is 4 over pi. And the angle is negative arctangent B1 over A1, which is this. And any value negative arctangent divided by a very small value, we will have a negative 90 degree. And so this for the amplitude phase form for N equal to 1, which is 4 over pi, angle negative 90 degree. And repeat the same procedure for N equal to 2. And we got the amplitude phase form is 2 over pi, angle negative 90 degree. And for N equal to 3, the calculated amplitude is 4 over 3 pi and angle negative 90 degree. Next, by applying voltage divider rule, we calculate the V0 across the capacitor. So before that, we calculate the total impedance. So first, we calculate the total impedance that the component connected in parallel, which is the inductor and capacitor. And we got this, which is 8S over 2S squared plus 4. So total impedance add with the series resistor, so plus 10. So this is the total impedance. And by applying voltage divider rule using this formula, so by equating the denominator, we're able to cancel out this and simplify the equation to V0 equal to 2S over 5S squared plus 2S plus 10 times voltage supply. So we substitute for N equal to 1, substitute this formula into here. So voltage supply in amplitude phase form for N equal to 1 is 4 over pi, angle negative 90 degree as we calculated before this. So S is equal to J omega naught N, which is equal to J omega naught N, which is S equal to J n pi. So we substitute S equal to J n pi, and for N we substitute N equal to 1, and the calculator for V0 for N equal to 1 is this. And we repeat the same procedure for N equal to 2. We substitute S equal to J n pi, and N we substitute 2. And for the amplitude phase form for Vs2 is we substitute 2 over pi angle 90 degree, and this is the calculated for V0 for N equal to 2. And same using the same formula for N equal to 3, this is the calculated value for V0. And for V0 DC, we're using the same formula. This is times the voltage supply in DC. So as I said before, the Fourier series, the DC component is 3 given the voltage source. So we substitute S equal to J omega. Okay. So for DC source, omega is equal to 0. So we substitute omega equals 0. So we will have a 0 volt. And this is for V0 t in time domain. So basically this is the amplitude A1 for N equal to 1, N equal to 2, N equal to 3. So this is 0.201. You substitute N equal to 1 pi t minus 170.93 degree. I will repeat for the same procedure for N equal to 2, N equal to 3. We're applying Ohm's law to calculate the current through the capacitor using this formula. So I1 is equal to voltage over impedance. Cross capacitor is impedance is 4 over S. Where we substitute S equal to J n pi. So N we substitute equal to 1. So this is the calculated for I1. And we repeat the same formula for I2. Substitute N equal to 2. So this is the I2 calculated current. And I3 for N equal to 3, this is the calculated current. And for V0 DC is 3 over 10, which is calculated is 0.3 ampere. So this is the I0 t in time domain. So this is for N equal to 1, N equal to 2, N equal to 3. So 0.158 cos pi t negative 80.93 degree. So this for N equal to 1, 2, and 3. So next we calculate the power absorbed by the capacitor using this formula, general formula. So VDC and IDC we substitute the value that we calculated before this. And this is the VNIN, which is this, and VN, and this is IN over 2 times cos theta V minus theta I. So theta V is the angle for voltage, and theta I is for the angle for current. Okay, we repeat for N equal to 2, N equal to 3, same procedure. So cos negative 90 degree is equal to 0. So anything times by 0 will get 0 watt. So So we can deduce that the power factor for the capacitor is 0, where we can deduce it is a pure capacitor. So the average power absorbed by the capacitor is 0 watt. Thank you.
Hello and hi, my name is Amanda Zeta Anna Hendry with number matric AE20029. I will explain about the current at each branch. So this is our RLC circuit in S domain. To find I1, we use Ohm's law, which is Vs over total impedance. This is the Vs that we already calculate in the previous calculation, and this is our total impedance that we already calculated. And then S equal to omega, S equal to omega not N, and then lastly S we equal to J and pi. So we substitute the S into J and pi. So this is the equation after we substitute, and then we make the denominator same with this one, and then we will get the same denominator, and we will get the answer is this one. We get negative 20 is because J the power of 2 we get negative 1, and then we will get this one, and then the lastly for the I1 is we will get this one. We find the I3 using current divider rules. So current divider rules, which is Z2S divided by the Z2S parallel with Z4, and then we times with total current, which is I1, this one, the answer with I1, and then we will get this one, and then we will make the denominator same, and then last we will get the answer is this one. So to find I2, we use also Ohm's law. I2 we equal to I1 minus I3, which is we will get I1 in previous calculation, which is this one, and then I3 we will get also the previous calculation, which is this one. So the final answer will be this one. So that's all from me. Thank you. So this is the calculation for voltage at each node. We find the voltage at each node by applying Kirchhoff current rule, KCL. So for node 1, we know that I1 equal to I2 plus 3. So V1 minus V2 over 10 equal to V2 over U2S plus V2 minus V3 over V over S. So we already know that V1 is this one because we already calculate a previous calculation. Then we also insert the V3, which is V2 minus V3. So we will get this one, and then after that we will make the denominator same, and then the answer will be this one. After that we cross multiply so that we get the answer for this one, and then we make the calculation simple, and then we will get V3 is this one, and then V2 is this one. That's all for our presentation. Thank you.